Hey, sorry guys, and I'm a couple minutes late. Kinda got sucked into this video I was watching about this fucking lady. So if it's a 15-hour difference, then it should be like 10:30, 8 to like 10:30, 11 o'clock-ish for him. Okay. Drinks for me, drinks for me. I was so heavy on a sympathy. Coming high, so high, so high. Tidings for the Admiral, you say. She's presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she'll make an exception. Follow me.
Okay.
Yeah. My friends, what brings you here this day? Blah 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 blah. Is this true? I don't know. I didn't even hear what he said. It's a navigator, a cure for tempering. Oh. As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace, yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. Bah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For thou summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, there are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. 'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Laminsans have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation between the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggle with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. Merylwyd. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrand than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. I, acting though a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with the prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfir, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads, a man named Sickard, but recently risen to prominence among their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Leave it to us. We'll figure it out. We'll find it for you. Figure out what the hell his issue is, what his problem is. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sickard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck. Okay, Merylwyd. We got you, girl. We'll figure it out for you. Don't you worry. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sickard. If you could approach the pirate psychotic, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Of course, leave the pirates to me in case they start getting nasty. Okay, so I've got to go to the upper decks. My game seems a little hitchy today. Does it seem that way to anybody else? It seems a little bit laggy for some reason. Bum 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 bum. Hello, Carvalane. Curious about Sickard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how, then, are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. Maybe I'll get lucky, but I doubt they're gonna be willing to share it with me either, to be honest. Because it's probably something they shouldn't be doing that they're doing anyways, you know what I mean? They're probably doing some fucking super crazy illegal type shit. I was so heavy, all the sympathy. Feeling drunk and high. So high, so high. Roslin. Roslin. Eh? You want to know about Sickard? He's a wily bugger, is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for mowing Skate's place at Old Hillfierside. There was a time we raced the executioners for our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Garleans are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet. With that jumped up bilge rat Sickard landing the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggle in mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters as can't sail on account of getting old or wound it up with a child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong. But when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all that bad. Back to speak with Alphino again. Alphino, my friend, I am on my way to you. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's right, this is the... yeah, lift. Hey, Mr. Lift Attendant, I need you to bring me down a little bit. Whoop! Down to the next floor, to the lower decks. Hello, Governor. Mr. Alphino. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sickard turned the executioners' fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioners' good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries in Hawker's Alley, I found an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline, a sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. Thalassocracy, that's a big word. Do you mean to say that the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes, though we have no hard evidence as yet. We must investigate further. Agreed, so how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I have already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that the wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystals' provenance. The man is due to be at Ocean's Embrace in Lower Lenosha shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Okay, I need to make my way over here to these market boards, because there is some more, like, actual decent food I need to look into here. Because don't get me wrong, the smoked chicken ain't bad. But my favorite food is, mm, you see, they don't have much, man. These crimson ciders have always been my favorite food. Yeah, critical hit, vitality, and direct hit rate compared to determination, vitality, and crit. Don't get me wrong, the crit is pretty nice, but swapping out the determination and vitality for vitality and direct hit rate and being able to keep the crit is pretty nice. Like going from determination, vitality, and crit to crit, vitality, and direct hit rate is nice. That direct hit rate is definitely makes a difference, man. For sure. For sure. See, so the only difference with the gear that I have, the only thing I would probably make different is, I might try and swap out my gear for, the overly done ones, or whatever you want to call them, like the ones that have 5 materia slots instead of just 2. That's probably the only, like, actual upgrade that I would try to go for. Because I have pretty much everything I need. Like, I've already got tier 90 gear. I just want to eventually go from, eventually I just want to go from 2 materia per equipment to 5 materia per equipment. Which I know a lot of people don't think that it's that much of a difference, but, I mean, you figure if I can add an extra 3 materia to each of my gear pieces, even just the 5 main pieces here, that's an extra 15 materia that I can do. Which if I'm able to do, like, direct hit rate and critical hit, like, even 36, let's say I was able to do crit, you know, for the whole, like, crit and determination, you know, for the whole 15 slots. That is what, 3 times 15 is 45. So I mean, it would be right around 500 extra stats towards my, you know, towards my stuff. So like my crit, if I was able to do everything in the crit, my crit would go from 1900, or pretty much would go from like 2 grand up to like 2500, which might not seem like much, but I mean that's a 20% increase on that, on my crit stat. Like that could be absolutely huge. You know what I mean? So I personally think it would be worth it. But those gear pieces cost a pretty decent penny. So I would probably have to get those pieces like one at a time, you know. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he truly is in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Psychotics, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Don't bother with the weapon, you'll eventually get the Manderville Greatsword, and once you finish base Endwalker, you can start upgrading those into 650. So will I also get better, like, armor? Like, is the Manderville armor better than the armor that I have? Actually, I'll have to check. I'll have to check and see what armor I have. I feel like I already have the Manderville armor, though. Graha is right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixed with society's underbelly. Mandervilla's weapon only? Okay. Genteel? But very well, I will leave it to you, Graha. Okay. Got business with me, Catboy? You're the crystal wholesaler? What a cheesy grin. That I am, but you're no merchant, so what do you want the crystals for? Don't look at us, you idiot. You'll give yourself away. Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need crystals to make staffs like that fine specimen you've got there. Oh, he got so lucky he has that staff with him, dude. So lucky he's got that. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright, it's plain that no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. But the crafted gear you have on now can be augmented from 640 to 650. Okay, well that's what I was saying, because, like, I know that they also have the gear that you can buy that has like 5 materia slots instead of just 2. And that goes for all of it? Okay. It seems to be working. Let's follow them. So essentially it would raise my average item level up to 650 instead of 640, which is what it's at now. Yeah, because right now I'm rocking the Diaticos stuff. But you see how it's got 2 materia slots? I know there's gear that you can buy that has slots for 5 materia instead of 2, which an extra 3 materia for each armor piece is a pretty big difference. I'm not sure if the 5 mat slots stick if you try with those. Okay. So is there better gear that I can, cause I got this gear from the market board. Like I pretty much went to the market board and pulled up like tier 90 Dark Knight gear and like got the top ones, like I pretty much got the best gear for Dark Knight that I could get off of the market board. I just got the one with the 2 materia slots instead of 5, because the ones with 5 materia slots obviously costed a lot more. And how you been, Jason? I ain't talked to you in a hot minute. You can either augment that into 650 or get the credendum gear when you finish Endwalker. Okay. Well, I mean, the 640 gear that I got right now, like this gear here, is the gear I got now is pretty decent. So I could probably just rock this gear until the end of Endwalker. And then when I finish Endwalker, I could probably just get the credendum gear. That would probably work better. Rather than spending a bunch of money, you know, to augment it from 640 to 650, I could just save my money and then get the gear at the end of Endwalker. They went into that tunnel quietly now. Because usually, like, I should be able to get that credendum gear with the tomestones, right? That's the tomestone gear you're talking about? Which, if it is, it wouldn't cost me any more, like, any extra gold or anything, so that would be the preference, I guess you could say. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? The tomestone gear, yes, has no gold cost. That's what I thought. There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They're from Ogamaro, if you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? All of it. All 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crates. Take it all. The more crystals we have, the less, the less crystals there are for the tribe's people to summon more primals again. Ogamaro, taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around, slowly. Shit. Yeah, how have you been, buddy? We ain't talked in a minute. I'm Sickard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. No need to introduce yourselves. I know who you are, scions. Shit. Busted. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So we've established that you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective, but that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, so I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners opposed the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you, though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet's because we don't want no one taking our business. Wait. Just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Him, especially. While the Maelstrom were worrying about Dirty and their fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Ugamaro and battered Bleeding Titan himself, raised a mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your sorcerers, successors we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after them, but with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on except the beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face, unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in the cave. Well said. Well said indeed. Alright, we'll meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue, the Astalicia. I trust she won't turn down the invitation. I gotta be getting close, man. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sigurd has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Yeah, I gotta be getting close to the end of this, man. Like, there's no way I'm not. I gotta be maybe like a dozen quests away from getting through the prologue. Gotta be. Oh, Jason, you actually haven't been in the stream for a while either, so you probably don't even know that I've been working on my Heavensward mounts. I've got the one for Bismarck, Ravana, Thoradin, Sephiroth, and Needhog. So the only ones I have left to do for Heavensward is Sophia and Zervan. And then I can get the legendary one, and then I am all done with the Heavensward trial fights. Which will be nice, because you know, as well as I do, I've been trying to get these Heavensward mounts to get that Phoenix, that legendary Phoenix mount for a long time now. Yeah, I'm finally close to getting it, man. Now that I got the gear that I need, you know, finally got the item level 640 gear that I need, I can finally start doing them like solo and stuff. So I went and was doing them solo, and then was doing them with my brother and one of my viewers for a little bit, and yeah, so I only got 2 left. I'm getting there. Welcome back, my friends. What news? My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sigurd's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the Scions present to bear witness. Do you still play Final Fantasy? I mean, obviously I'm sure you'll come back for Dawn Trail, but is there even anything left in the game you still have to do? Like, you've been playing the game for so long, I wouldn't be surprised if you've done everything there is to do.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your
Final
peace!
Fantasy 15 crossover event ran. I ended up getting the car, so you have a 4-person vehicle. Nice.
Welcome aboard, Admiral.
I know my
I'll
brother.
wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
So because of the fact that I helped my brother upgrade his account to like a full account, and because he used my reference code or whatever, he finally got his 90-day subscription passed by, so I was able to get the Chocobo mount that has the second one. So I have 1 mount, I believe, that can hold 2 people. Oh, I still need to finish 6.4 and 6.4 for post Endwalker. Oh, nice. Yeah. So you've done Endwalker, you just haven't done like the post Endwalker stuff yet? Okay. Yeah, I know that, yeah, 6.4 and 6.5 for post Endwalker, yeah. Yeah, because I know that, I know Dawn Trail comes out, what, in June, I believe? June 26th, I think it said it was, or some shit like that. So that's why I started playing the game again, because I do really gotta get through this content, man. I at least gotta get through Endwalker and the post-Endwalker MSQ. I would like to try and get the rest of the mounts and all of that. and I would like to try to be able to go through and get all of the trial boss mounts for like all of the expansions, especially the one with the wolves. I can't remember if it's Shadowbringers or if it's Endwalker, but I know one of them has like the dogs, the wolves for the mounts. I really want those. The dragons look pretty nice. Honestly, I figured the dragons would have been for Heavensward because, you know, the Dragon Song War. That probably would have made more sense. But yeah, I mean, eventually I want all of them, dude. Like, I want every single one of them. For now, though, focus on getting the Endwalker and the dogs or Stormblood. Okay, so after I do Endwalker and I finish getting the last 2 mounts and the legendary mount that I need from Heavensward, then I can start working on Stormblood. Dragons or Shadowbringers. Is it the Eagles, then, that's Endwalker? Because I thought there was another type of bird. What is it that's for Endwalker? I can't remember the Endwalker mounts for some reason.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always
Not good
will
enough
be.
to try them.
Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Well, I'd be down to help you try and get
Too
them.
bloody right!
Obviously, I'd have to unlock them first,
Pirates
but
till we
after
die!
I get through Endwalker
What
and
we
like,
want, we
unlock the
take!
trial fights, I'd be down to try them with you. Obviously, I know we're gonna need more than just the 2 of us.
Piracy
There's no way that
has
just
no
the 2 of us is
place
getting
in our
through,
future.
like the most recent trial fights. I know that, but
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs.
We
In
would need
fear
a
of their
very good
lives, they
team.
sailed south
well,
until they came
when
to
Dawntrail
these
comes
shores.
out, I'm sure Alex will probably come back to play again.
Finding the land occupied by
Hopefully
kobolds,
by
however,
the time Dawntrail
they were
comes out, my
forced
brother
to
Levi
turn to
should be at a
piracy
decent
in
spot
order
too,
to
so he could
survive.
probably join us.
And survive they did.
Enjoy the stream.
But
I
not
will.
so long ago, when the Empire threatened
doing,
to crush
Alex? Welcome,
everything
buddy.
we'd built.
I ain't
We
talked
set
to you in a
aside
minute either.
piracy and joined hands
I
with our
figured you
neighbors.
would. I figured you'd be back
This
for
too
Dawntrail.
was in order
I
to
can't
survive.
wait, dude. It's gonna be a whole new storyline, a whole new area. Like the whole
survive
game's getting
we
a graphic
did.
overhaul. You're
Time after
alive.
time we fought the Empire, and time after
Well, that's
time we
good.
won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long,
Get close to 8
provinces
players,
like
but I don't
Wurlit and
think we have
Bosnia
it as
and
of
many
now.
others will regain their
Or
freedom.
even if we ended up getting like,
When they do, our matchless fleet will
What?
lead the world in a new
No
golden
way,
age of
dude.
commerce.
you and
The
Maddie
tides
broke
favor
up?
us,
What the
and the
hell?
ocean beckons with her vast bounty.
I won't pry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna pry you for any details. All I will say is, I'm sorry, that sucks. But yeah, Jason, even if we can't get a full, I'm sure it has, dude. Like, I couldn't even imagine, like, if me and Kelly were to split up, dude, I couldn't even imagine, man. 5 years, that's what I'm saying. That's rough. You guys have been together for the whole time I've known you. You guys have been together. That's crazy, dude. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But you're still alive. I guess that's the silver lining, right? What doesn't kill you makes you move forward in life. As cliche as it sounds, you know, it's true. But yeah, Jason, even if we can't get a full, like, 8-man team, even if we can just get, like, 6 people, and we can get, like, a decent healer, 2 decent tanks, and like, yeah, 2 decent tanks, 2 decent DPS, and like a decent healer. So we would have 5. Like, I feel like we would be okay, even if the last like 2 or 3 people weren't necessarily the greatest. I feel like as long as we had at least one decent healer and then a couple decent tanks, a couple decent DPS, I feel like we'd be able to do it too. You know I am main tank. Yeah, so I would be secondary tank then. Top 100 ninjas. Yeah, so like boom, right there, DPS. I know my brother Levi has been he's been working with his Astrologian. Yeah, so we're good on tanks. Alex is good for DPS. My brother Levi, he has been working on Black Mage and has also been working on Astrologian, so he, as long as I'm able to get him to finish out Endwalker and be ready for Dawn Trail by the time it releases, he could probably be either healer or DPS, whichever one we needed more. Which, if we weren't able to get your dad as a bard, is bard healer or is bard DPS? I can't remember. I feel like bard would be healer, but I could be wrong, because I think bard is like an archer in this game. Range, so he's DPS. Yeah, so I can have my brother Levi try and focus like mainly on his Astrologian. That way we'd have a healer. So like me and you would be tanks, Alex and your dad would be DPS, and then we could have my brother Levi as like a healer. And that right there, pow, we have 5. You know, we have the 2 tanks, we have 2 DPS, and we have a decent healer. So even if we had to random fill the last like 2 or 3 slots, I feel like we would still be okay, as long as we had the 5 of us together, because all of us are pretty decent players for the most part. So I feel like we would be okay. It might take us a couple tries for everybody to like learn the different mechanics and stuff,
great ship we call Limsa,
once we get everybody like familiarized with the different mechanics and the bosses and like the way things you have to do, then I think it would be okay. Michael is an all-arounder. William is pure scholar. Okay, yeah, so like William could be scholar, which is healer. My brother Levi could be a healer, so we could have the 2 healers that we need. If Michael's an all-arounder, we can have him jump in as DPS. So if we got all of us in, we would only need 1 other person, and it would just be 1 DPS player that we would need. And that would be it. So like as long as we were able to get everybody else that we're talking about into a party together to like go and do shit. Yeah, because it's me and you as tank, Levi and William as healers, so that's 2 tanks, 2 healers, and then Michael, Alex, and your dad as DPS, and that would leave just 1 more DPS to have the 4 DPS players. So we literally would just be short 1 DPS. And even if we random filled and we got a DPS player that wasn't necessarily the greatest, I still think we would be okay. Working on things split up because of mental health. It's a long road to recovery, but we still talk. Well, I'm glad you guys still talk and hang out and stuff. That's good. Sorry, I know I was a little late responding to that one.
Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a Kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
Oh, shit. She's about to duel with this dude? Like pistols at dawn type duel? No. Oh, shit, dude. No way, bro. Oh, this is about to be dope. Just don't kill each other. Give them like a shot in the arm or a shot in the leg or something, you know, like... Just don't kill each other and we'll all be okay. Obviously, Admiral Merlwyb isn't gonna die. She's been a part of the story for too long to die in some random duel like this. If anybody's gonna die from this, it's gonna be Sickard. But I don't think so. I feel like they're both gonna live. 1, 2, 3, draw! Oh, shit. Oh, that was so cool. What? What is this, fucking Matrix? Dude.
This ain't over! Not till one of us
What?
is dead! Finish the job!
She literally was like...
Or I will!
What? It's the true captain, isn't it? Healthier, or whatever the hell his name is. He woke his ass up out of bed, all half dead and sick and tired, and weird ass diamond on his forehead. Mr.
Captain
T
Healthier.
haircut dyed white.
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay?
Yeah, captain's got our
And what
back.
in the seven hells are you playing at?
Oh shit, they done fucked up, bro.
That's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
Yeah, Laminsons, that's what you
You
are.
bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be
He said you're
anything ye
bloody
want.
idiots is what you are. Oh shit, dude. Oh man, that's hilarious.
We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea!
So
And
funny,
what
dude.
she brings us! Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You've the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief.
I really want to play Final Fantasy 16.
Well,
too.
now.
Final Fantasy 16
It
looks
seems we're of
fucking
one mind
awesome,
after
dude.
all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye. wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
I was also thinking about doing a playthrough for Final Fantasy 15. I know Final Fantasy 15 got a lot of hate when it came out, but honestly, I don't know why, because it's not that bad of a game. I mean, I didn't play all the way through it, but when Final Fantasy 15 first came out, I did play through probably the first, like, half of the game on my Xbox, like, all that time ago. But yeah, like, I was thinking about doing a playthrough for number 15. It's a pretty decent game. And I like the combat mechanics for it too are nice. Different than your traditional Final Fantasy style, you know. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. She was full ready to kill that kid, dude. Ain't that crazy? Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us, we will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed when the Sahagins swarmed at our holes in ever greater numbers. Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. 2 men shall go the bounty of sea. To kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lenosha, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every ilm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand, it is the present, fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst to not speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. And given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they'll attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely, he is the fish I would catch. But he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobolds' side would jeopardize our chance at peace, and there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life? Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alice would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do. And had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. I believe in you, LSA. And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It'll settle then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. Take a look and see here. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I'm only actually 10 quests away from finishing this prologue content, and so in 11 quests after the one I'm doing right now, we will be able to get into Endwalker. So what I'm gonna do, because like I said, I'm also thinking about doing a playthrough for Final Fantasy 15. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream so that I can go ahead, and I'm gonna go to bed early tonight because it's already going on 20 to 9 p.m. So I'm going to go ahead, shut the stream down. I'm going to go to bed early, make sure that I get some rest so I can wake up at a somewhat earlier time tomorrow. That way I have enough time so that I can do a stream to finish this prologue content tomorrow, and also be able to start the playthrough series for Final Fantasy 15. So I'm going to try and go to bed. Hopefully I'll be sleeping within the next hour and a half. I want to try and be sleeping by 10 p.m. so that I can be back up by like 6 a.m. Wake up, get dressed, drink coffee, finish waking up, and be able to start the stream by like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. And then if I start the stream at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, I should definitely have enough time to get through 10 or 11 quests and then be able to start the playthrough series for number 15 tomorrow. So that is the plan. So if there's anybody that sees this after the stream is already ended, for the algorithm purposes, if you would please, I cannot emphasize enough, please hit that like button. Helps to spread the content to other people's recommended feeds and so on and so forth. Also, if you'd like to stay up to date with all the content that I do, the videos I post, the streams that I live stream, go ahead, hit that red subscribe button with the notification bell turned on so you can try and get the ever elusive first like and comment on that piece of content. And with that being said, until sometime tomorrow morning, this is your boy, your main man, your favorite streamer, Psychotic, saying